Lisa Marie Presley, the only daughter of the legendary Elvis Presley, was born into the limelight but had a tragic life. From witnessing her father's death at the age of 9 to her turbulent marriages to her financial collapse and the greatest loss of her life. Was her life truly an inevitable fate or just a series of wrong choices? Let's explore the little-known hidden corners of Lisa Marie Presley in this video. Childhood in the shadow of Elvis. From birth, she was the focus of the media and the public because her father was not only a musical icon, but also one of the most famous people of the 20th century. Lisa grew up in luxury at the Graceland mansion, which was always filled with the worship of Elvis fans. However, her life was not only full of glory, but also contained trauma from a very young age. When Lisa was only 4 years old, her parents divorced in 1973. After that, she mainly lived with her mother in Los Angeles, but often returned to Graceland to be with her father. These visits were the few times she felt protected, even though Elvis had begun to spiral into a life of prescription drugs and isolation. Although Elvis loved his daughter, he was not a perfect father. When Lisa visited, Elvis often gave her lavish gifts, from ponies to expensive fur coats. He also took her on golf cart rides around Graceland at night, one of Lisa's fondest memories. However, Elvis's emotional distance and decline left her with feelings of emptiness even as a child. August 16, 1977, was a fateful day that changed Lisa's life forever. She was only 9 years old. The night before, Lisa had been at Graceland with her father. She recalled that Elvis kissed her goodbye before going to bed, and that was the last time she saw him alive. The next morning, Elvis was found unconscious in his bathroom. Just hours later, the news of his death shocked the world. Lisa not only lost her beloved father, but also witnessed the chaos unfolding right before her eyes. She recalls being at Graceland when the paramedics came to take Elvis's body away. Although she was too young to understand everything, she felt the pain of those around her, especially her grandmother, Gladys, and her close family members. Elvis's death left Lisa with severe psychological trauma. She shared that she lived in constant pain for many years and felt like a part of herself had been lost forever. After her father's death, she became increasingly rebellious and self-destructive and sought a sense of escape from reality. Lisa admits that she struggled with drugs as a teenager, partly because of the emptiness caused by the loss of her father, and partly because she felt trapped in the shadow of Elvis Presley, a great father, but also a legend too big for her to escape from comparison. From a girl who lived in luxury, Lisa had to learn to deal with the loss and pressure that the Presley name brought from a very young age. These were the first foundations for the tragic ups and downs in her life later on. Music career. As the only daughter of Elvis Presley, one of the greatest artists in music history, Lisa Marie Presley was always under enormous pressure to pursue a singing career. From a young age, she had a passion for music, often singing and composing. But the fear of being compared to her father made her hesitate to officially step into the music industry. It was not until 2003, when she was 35 years old, that Lisa dared to release her debut album, To Whom It May Concern. This album was an affirmation of her musical personality. The album unexpectedly reached number 5 on the Billboard 200 chart, an impressive achievement for a new artist. The single, Lights Out, was critically acclaimed for its lyrics that spoke of Lisa's painful memories of growing up at Graceland, where her father was buried. However, instead of being recognized as an independent artist, Lisa was constantly compared to Elvis by the media. Many critics asserted that her success was mainly due to the Presley name rather than her talent. 2 years later, Lisa continued to release her second album, Now What 2005, which was more powerful and had a more pronounced rock sound than her debut album. The album reached number 9 on the Billboard 200, but did not have any truly outstanding singles. This time, she decided to show a stronger musical personality with rebellious and sharp lyrics, expressing her resistance to social prejudice and the pressures of her family's reputation. Despite receiving some praise for her musical maturity, Lisa was still unable to break the barrier created by Elvis's shadow. She was criticized for her lack of a breakthrough, her voice not being powerful enough, and her lack of hits that could sustain her career for a long time. This was considered Lisa's best musical product, with the production of T-Bone Burnett, a famous producer who worked with Johnny Cash and Robert Plant. However, the album still did not achieve significant commercial success, largely because Lisa was no longer interested in promoting and had no ambition to go further in her singing career. Despite her characteristic husky voice and musical sensitivity, Lisa never really shined as an independent artist. She often expressed that she had no intention of competing or trying to become a female version of Elvis. However, having the surname Presley means that she always has to shoulder too much expectation from the public. Although she did not have a brilliant music career, Lisa still moved fans through the times she sang together with her father. Thanks to modern harmony technology, her voice was combined with some of Elvis's old songs, creating duets with special meanings. The first time Lisa tried this was in 109, when she recorded a duet version of Don't Cry Daddy, a song that Elvis sang in memory of his mother. The video of the song, with images of Lisa standing on stage singing along with her late father through the screen, moved many people. In 2007, on the occasion of the 30th anniversary of Elvis's death, Lisa continued to record In the Ghetto, one of his classic songs, with the harmony of both voices. The project was both well received by Elvis fans and controversial. Some felt that Lisa was exploiting her father's legacy to further her career, while others saw it as a meaningful way to express their love. Lisa's last collaboration with Elvis was in 2018, when she co-produced the album Where No One Stands Alone, a collection of Elvis's religious songs. Lisa also recorded a duet with her father on the title track. However, Lisa Marie Presley not only inherited her father's fame, but also had a turbulent love life, closely followed by the public and the media. She went through 4 marriages, but all ended in sadness, leaving behind many wounds and controversies. Stormy personal life. Lisa married musician Danny Keough in 1988, when she was only 20 years old. They had 2 children together, Riley Keough, born in 1989, who later became a famous actor, and Benjamin Keough, born in 1992. This marriage was quite peaceful compared to Lisa's later relationships. However, due to the pressure of fame and differences in lifestyle, the 2 divorced in 1994. Even though they broke up, Danny Keough has always been an important part of Lisa's life. Not only was he the father of her children, but he was also a close friend, even living with Lisa in her final years to support her after her great loss. Just 20 days after her divorce from Danny Keough, Lisa shocked the media by marrying the king of pop, Michael Jackson. Their marriage was always the focus of the media, with many believing it was just a PR stunt to help Michael recover his image after the 1993 child molestation lawsuit. Lisa always maintained that she loved Michael sincerely and wanted to help him through his crisis. In many later interviews, she said that Michael was often obsessed with his career, did not trust anyone but a few people, and sometimes had confusing behavior. Lisa wanted to be his help, like her mother had helped Elvis. But eventually, she realized that she could not save Michael from his problems. They divorced in 1996, but remained in touch for many years after. Lisa has revealed that Michael tried to rekindle the relationship several times before he died in 2009. Lisa's 3rd marriage was to actor Nicolas Cage. They met at a party in 2000, when Nicolas Cage was a huge Elvis fan. Their relationship was described as passionate but also stormy. They married in August 2002, but less than 4 months later, Nicolas filed for divorce in November 2002. The divorce was finalized in 2004. Nicolas Cage later said that their marriage was like two hurricanes colliding, full of drama and arguments and not meant to last. Lisa's longest marriage was to music producer Michael Lockwood. They married in 2006 and had twin daughters, Harper and Finley, in 2008. At first, it seemed like Lisa's most stable relationship, but things changed after more than a decade of marriage. In 2016, Lisa filed for divorce, accusing Michael Lockwood of financial abuse and controlling her. The divorce dragged on into 2021, with many disputes over child custody. Lisa accused Michael Lockwood of squandering her fortune and being unreliable as a father. Their legal battle became so heated that Lisa's mother, Priscilla Presley, had to intervene. The biggest tragedy in Lisa Marie Presley's life was the death of her only son, Benjamin Keough, in 2020. Benjamin was considered the shadow of Elvis because of his striking resemblance to his grandfather, from his blue eyes to his smile and signature charisma. From a young age, Benjamin was pressured by this comparison, causing him to live a more withdrawn life than his older sister, Riley Keough. On July 12, 2020, Benjamin chose a gun at his home in Calabasas, California, when he was only 27 years old. Benjamin's death completely devastated Lisa. She suffered from severe depression, withdrew from the public eye, and barely appeared at any events for the next 2 years. In an emotional post on Mother's Day 2022, Lisa admitted that losing a child is a pain that cannot be healed, and that she felt like a part of herself had died after this loss. The fall of the Presley estate. When Elvis Presley died in 1977, he left his entire fortune to his only daughter, Lisa Marie Presley. She was only 9 years old at the time, so the estate was managed by her mother, Priscilla Presley, and 2 others until Lisa turned 25 in 1993. However, when Lisa took over the estate, she discovered that it was not as huge a fortune as many had assumed. When Elvis died, he was left with only about $5 million in cash due to his lavish spending and heavy financial obligations. However, thanks to Priscilla Presley's skillful management, especially turning Graceland into a tourist attraction, Elvis's fortune increased to more than $100 million by the early 1990s. After officially taking control of the assets in 1993, Lisa did not directly manage the finances, but hired Barry Siegel, an investment expert, to run the Presley Family Trust. This was the fateful move that caused Presley's fortune to gradually collapse. Barry Siegel made many risky investments, including pouring money into Core Entertainment, the company that owned American Idol. However, the company went bankrupt in 2016, causing Lisa to lose a huge amount of money. In addition, Siegel also used Lisa's assets to spend lavishly, including buying a multi-million-dollar mansion for himself. When Lisa realized her fortune was dwindling, she sued Barry Siegel in 2018, alleging that she had lost hundreds of millions of dollars. At the time, Lisa's account had less than $14,000 left. According to the lawsuit, while she was still saddled with millions of dollars in debt, Siegel argued that Lisa's spending habits were the cause of the dwindling fortune, but in fact, his poor investment decisions contributed significantly to the collapse of Presley's fortune. One of Lisa's most controversial financial decisions came in 2005, when she sold 85% of Elvis Presley Enterprises, EPE, the company that controlled Elvis's image and brand, to CKX, Inc., for $100 million. This meant that Lisa lost control of most of her father's assets, including royalties from Elvis's music, image, and other commercial activities. Although Graceland is still owned by Lisa, By selling her majority stake in EPE, she no longer benefits from the huge revenues generated by the Elvis brand. Many people believe that this was a bad decision, but at the time, Lisa thought that she could provide for her children financially without having to worry about business management issues. In addition to the investment losses, Lisa also faced a series of legal problems and debts, especially from her long-running divorce from Michael Lockwood. During the litigation, Lisa claimed that she owed up to $16 million, including $10 million in unpaid taxes and millions of dollars in credit card debt and attorney fees. The divorce from Lockwood further aggravated Lisa's financial situation. She was forced to pay child support and fought to retain custody of her twin daughters, Harper and Finley. For years, Lockwood tried to get Lisa to pay him alimony, claiming that he had sacrificed his career to support her. These disputes only ended in 2021. But by that time, Lisa was nearing financial and emotional ruin. Despite losing much of her fortune, Lisa kept Graceland, which she considered the Presley family's spiritual home. It was also where she buried her son, Benjamin Keough, and where she was later buried. After Lisa's death in January 2023, ownership of Graceland and the rest of her estate was transferred to her three daughters, Riley Keough, Harper Lockwood, and Finley Lockwood. However, Priscilla Presley soon filed a lawsuit to contest the administration of the estate, leading to a new legal battle between mother and daughter. Ultimately, Riley Keough was declared the legal administrator of Lisa's estate and pledged to preserve Graceland and the Presley family legacy. The last years and sudden death. After the death of her son, Benjamin Keough, in July 2020, Lisa Marie Presley fell into severe depression and almost withdrew from the public eye. Those close to her revealed that she had difficulty eating and sleeping and had to undergo long-term psychotherapy to cope with the pain. Lisa once shared in an article published in People magazine, "I am living in a nightmare with no way out. I will grieve the loss of Benjamin until the last moment of my life." However, Lisa still tried to find ways to lift her spirits, especially for the sake of her twin daughters, Harper and Finley. She spent most of her time at her home in Calabasas, California, away from noisy events. However, in the rare moments she appeared, Lisa always showed strength and determination to continue living. In 2022, she turned to writing as an outlet for her emotions, sharing her experiences with other parents who have lost children. In a post for Suicide Prevention Awareness Day, she wrote, "The pain of losing a child is like no other pain. You can't get over it. You can only learn to live with it." Despite her struggles, Lisa has been an active supporter of the 2022 film Elvis, a biopic about her father, directed by Baz Luhrmann and starring Austin Butler. She has repeatedly expressed her emotion at seeing her father portrayed on the big screen in such a realistic and emotional way. In a social media post in June 2022, Lisa wrote, "I've seen this movie twice. It's beautiful. Austin Butler played my father perfectly. I've never been so proud of anything." On January the 10th, 2023, just 2 days before her death, Lisa appeared at the Golden Globe Awards to cheer for the film. She attended the event with her mother, Priscilla Presley, and was moved when Austin Butler won Best Actor for his role as Elvis. However, reporters noticed that Lisa's health had declined. She had difficulty walking, holding onto her manager's hand to keep her balance. Some witnesses at the event said that Lisa spoke slowly, had a weak voice, and showed signs of difficulty breathing. These could have been warning signs of the dangerous health condition she was facing. Just 2 days after the Golden Globe event, on the morning of January 12, 2023, Lisa Marie Presley suffered a cardiac arrest at her home in Calabasas. Lisa's housekeeper reportedly found her unconscious on the bedroom floor and immediately called 911. Her ex-husband, Danny Keough, who had been living with her since Benjamin's death, performed CPR until paramedics arrived. Lisa showed signs of response after being given epinephrine and a shock at the scene, but her condition remained critical. She was taken to West Hills Hospital in a coma and placed on a ventilator. Despite efforts by doctors to save her, Lisa Marie Presley was pronounced dead just hours later at 4:08 p.m. local time at the age of 54. Initially, the cause of death was not immediately released, leading many to speculate about possible drug abuse or psychological stress after years of depression. However, in July 2023, the official autopsy results were released. Lisa Marie Presley died from complications of small bowel obstruction. This condition occurs when the intestines become blocked, preventing food and liquid from moving through the digestive tract. According to the forensic report, Lisa had undergone weight loss surgery years ago, which is one of the factors that could have caused the dangerous small bowel obstruction. In addition, the autopsy also found traces of opioids in Lisa's body, including oxycodone, a strong prescription painkiller. However, the report emphasized that there were no signs of drug abuse and that she took the medication as prescribed by her doctor. After her death, the family decided to bring Lisa Marie Presley to Graceland, Elvis Presley's famous mansion in Memphis, Tennessee. This is the final resting place of Elvis, along with his parents and grandmother. Lisa was buried next to her son, Benjamin Keough, who committed suicide in 2020. Her passing marked another sad chapter in the Presley family tragedy, but her legacy continues to live on in the hearts of her fans. Lisa's funeral took place on January 27, 2023, with thousands of fans and many famous stars in attendance, such as Austin Butler, Sarah Ferguson, Princess of York, and Axl Rose, Guns N' Roses. Actress Riley Keough, Lisa's eldest daughter, read a touching letter to her mother. "You are the light of my life. You are the strongest woman I have ever known. Thank you for everything." Priscilla Presley also spoke at the funeral, tearfully reading a poem written by her granddaughter Harper Lockwood in memory of her mother. "I never had a biological mother, but I had two mothers. One raised me. One taught me how to love." Despite her ups and downs, Lisa Marie Presley remains a part of the Presley family legend. Despite not having a successful music career, Lisa Marie Presley is remembered as a guardian of Elvis's legacy, especially Graceland, which she dedicated her life to maintaining and preserving. She had a huge influence on the Elvis fan community, regularly appearing at her father's memorial events